Hi, everybody. Hey, guys. It's Stephanie Grams. Hopefully, you can hear me. I have a lot of noise going on in the background, so I thought I'd wear my headset today and just see if that helps mute some of that noise out. Hopefully, it does. If not, I will have to go live again. So, today is the sewing business plans for 2022. And I was really focusing in on this for the last several weeks. And a lot of changes have happened for us. Not that I'm surprised, but it is. You roll with the punches, right? And so I thought I would just go live. And this video will hold me accountable because I will go back and reread this. But I'm maybe somebody that follows the channel will remind me of this video later in 2022. Um, so I don't know how long you've been with me. If you're new to the channel, if you've been with me for the last several years, following my blog and in one of my Facebook groups. But over the last couple of years, my business has taken so many, it's totally evolved. I've never walked away or wandered away from being the Memory Bear business coach. If anything, I've evolved in that title over the last couple of years. And so moving forward, that is one of the changes that you're going to see is literally me doing what I can underneath that title as the Memory Bear business coach. So a lot of you have already purchased my book, and if you haven't, it's in the description below this video. It's called The Ultimate Guide for Memory Bear and Sentimental Business Owners. And it's a PDF, it's an ebook, and it's in my Etsy shop if you're looking to purchase that. So one of the changes are we meaning me, the business entity is adding another book to this list, and it's pretty much written, but I like to go through and make the edits and kind of see what else I might want to add that's value for my fellow Memory Bear makers. And so be on the lookout for that. Again, if you're on my newsletter, you're going to be the first to know about that. You are typically the first to know about whatever's happening in the business if you're on the newsletter. I have almost 100 subscribers on my newsletter, which is exciting to me because I never thought I would even get that far. And so if you're on the newsletter, thank you so much. It is free. And for the time being, there's a free ebook that you can download once you sign up for the newsletter. So the newsletter is going to have a facelift. And I'm excited about that. It will not happen in January, but it will help it happen the first quarter of my 2022 business. And so I want to take you with me on that journey. And if you have suggestions or recommendations, let me know what you like or you didn't like in the newsletter. By all means, let me know. You can reach me through my contact page on the website or even by hitting reply on the newsletter. It's whatever is easiest for you. So here are some of my plans as a Memory Bear business owner. I don't just do Memory Bears. I do Sentimental sewing and Keepsake sewing, and I do Comfort Care sewing. And that's the very first topic I teach with my online business classes. So if you're interested in knowing what all of these mean, by all means, again, reach out to me. If you're on the newsletter, I will send the link out this week. Today's December 10th. I have another Christmas gift to mail out to you. I will put the link underneath this video today that links directly to that class. That way you can kind of see what it is I'm talking about. But moving forward, these are some of the things I'm going to do in my business. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to give you some ideas also. Maybe something will resonate with you and you'll be like, yes, I'm going to do the same thing. So moving forward, okay, a little backstory. We moved into this rental house in March. It is such a unique, it's a beautiful home. It really is. It's not huge by any means, but it is 3 stories. And when you have 3 stories of, you have to remember, I came from living in a tiny little apartment and traveling for 8 years for my husband's career, and so we had to compact everything. So when we moved into this rental, everything that was compacted literally blew up. I mean, I started collecting fabric and polyfill and stabilizer and wool batting, and I just started collecting all the things for the sewing business, and I haven't used all those things. And so I'm like, you know what? Somebody in my community could probably use this stuff. It's brand new. It's high quality. It's really good. And let's be honest, and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, Stephanie, let's be honest here. You haven't touched it since you purchased it in this month, that month, whenever. Why are you going to hold on to it? Right. And so I just, I really felt led by the Lord to, you need to purge this stuff. Yes, I am a faith-based business owner, and no, I don't shove it down your throat or anything like that. But without the Lord, I wouldn't be where I am today. And if you're interested in knowing more about that, then let me know, and I will give you a better video on that. But moving forward, I said, you know what, Stephanie, you got to get it together, right? So, have you ever had that conversation with yourself, especially if you're a sewing business owner and you kind of look at all the things that you thought you needed and you're like, I haven't used all these things in how many months, weeks, years? So I donate. I have been blessing a local donation center for the past 2 weeks. I've probably donated over $2,000 worth of items for them to resell. And I'm still going through stuff. So it can be like ridiculous, right? Quickly. So moving forward, I plan on I'm planning every project I do before I make a purchase. In the past, I would say, oh, that fabric's on sale. It's beautiful. I've been wanting some of that. And I would buy a yard or two, and then it would just sit there. And I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. It takes up space. It wastes my money. That money could have been saved towards my ultimate goal of purchasing my very first home. I'm in my 40s. I've never owned a home. I would love to have a home where my daughters, yes, they're all adults, but I would love for them, my daughters and my grandchildren to say, oh, we're going to go to grandma's house. So, I would love to purchase a house or a villa or a condo. It's something that I could call my own. All right. Sorry, I have to always reach over to this other computer system and click a button every once in a while. All right, so I'm going to plan all of my projects in advance before making a purchase. All right, next, every project will have a budget assigned so I do not overspend. Now, I have to give myself a little leeway on that, because you and I both know that we don't always get wind of a sale until the very last minute, or if we really need something to finish the project that we pre-planned and the item might not be on sale. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes we run out of the embroidery floss or the thread in the middle of the project, right? So I'll give myself a little leeway on that. The next one is plan my product line in advance. That way I can stay focused, keep moving forward, and save money. So my product line has grown from an original 9-piece memory bear to a whole lot of other things that are related. And you will not see all of that online. Even if you follow me and you try to copy what I do in my business, you truly don't know everything that I have, because I have product lines under different names of different businesses. So I am going to focus on, and this is bullet point number like 4 or 5. I'm going to focus on one business entity for the entire year of 2022. That's my focus. So moving forward, this YouTube channel is going to be about one business model. Everything I do is for just the one business. All my products, the product line, literally just for the one of my companies. So if you want to kind of spy on what I'm doing, you're going to want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You're going to want to be on my newsletter list, and you're going to want to be following my blog. All right. Speaking of all of that, I have launched a podcast. I launched it the week of Thanksgiving here in 2021. And so I'm going to create my own publishing schedule. I did this for over between 13 and 16 years for my marketing clients. So a long history, a long time ago, pre this channel, I had a totally different YouTube channel and a different business model. And I was a marketing virtual assistant and I wore many hats. I had hundreds of different clients that I served. And those clients needed all kinds of things from transcription to moderating their Zoom meetings, not YouTube, the social media, Facebook groups. They needed a moderator. They needed press releases. They needed publicity and marketing. I did all those things behind the scenes for so many clients. And now I'm doing that for myself. And that is now a problem. It's a problem now because if I don't get it done, then I don't move forward in my company. So in order to stop getting plugged up, sorry, I had to turn that off. Basically, I've reached a point where my business is plugged up. Okay. That's not a good place to be because in one side, that means I've grown and that's very exciting. But the other side is I'm not going to continue growing because if I'm wearing all the hats for myself, something's not getting done on a consistent basis. So I have to add to my team. Now I'm going to spend the rest of 2021 figuring out who I need on my team and what job they're going to do. Now, I don't have the budget to say, you know what, I need everybody, all the people as a team member. Yes, I need it, but I don't have the money to pay all of those people right now. So I need to be very strategic on who is my team member and how much I can pay them and how they're going to keep the system. You know, there's this cycle, right? We all know about cycles. In order to keep the cycle moving and well-oiled, I need to decide which team member is going to go on which spoke. Let's think of a bicycle tire. There's spokes, right? The middle of that tire, that's me. I'm the CEO. I'm the middle of that tire. And I have all these spokes coming out in order to keep the wheel moving. That's where I'm at in my company today. So maybe you're in the same spot. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're fine just being you and doing all the things. Whatever works for you. All right. Next thing, I'm keeping all my receipts in a digital copy form. I have a shoebox, a plastic shoebox like this one. It's not this one, but I have one this size, crammed full of receipts. Sorry, I just hit my polyfill of receipts from 2021. You and I both know that is not a smart way for doing accounting. And I really questioned myself, why did I do that when I know better? I know better. I know not to keep my receipts in a shoebox. I've been a business owner for, 30 something years, right? So I know better. Why am I doing that? And there's a few reasons. One, I had a very difficult year, no excuse here. I've moved a couple different times. Again, no excuse. In fact, that's more of a reason to keep my receipts as a digital copy. I keep them in the cloud. That's what I'm doing moving forward. I've got to refocus on my business and remember I am a business owner. I am not a hobbyist anymore. Otherwise, if I'm a hobbyist, I have the most expensive hobby ever. And we do not want that. That is not a good thing. So I need to remember to wear my business hat with every decision all day, every day that I show up to my office. I am that business owner. And I'll just speak for myself, but I know as a woman, I have the most difficulty always having that hat on. And that's not fair. I shouldn't think of that. that way. So I'm going to take some lessons from my male business owners, and they have no problems, wearing a hat there that day that's the business, and they've got to make a decision that's non-emotional. It's a business decision. And so I need to embrace some of that in my own life. But I will still always care and be compassionate and sharing. So that's never going to change with me. I just need to be more strategic about it, is what I'm saying. Okay. The next one. Donate all unused fabric immediately instead of letting it take up space. So that's why I'm in the situation I'm in today, is because I allowed myself to become attached to this fabric over several years. And it just took up space. And when my family moved, we kept moving all these large plastic closable bins full of fabric because it was beautiful and I loved it. And I was going to make something someday. La, la, la. It just took up space, and space is money. It really is. So never again will I just hoard fabric because it's fabric. The next one is downsize my sewing space. I will be strategic in that. I do not, for my company, I do not need bolts of fabric. I do use bolts of interfacing and the stuff for the t-shirt quilts, the batting. It's like a cotton bamboo batting. So really, those are the only like bolts of fabric that I use for my company, and it really doesn't take up that much space. Now, revisit my goals from the previous years. I always had business goals, always. Didn't matter which company I was working or owned or any of that. I always had goals. But I'm going to be more strategic moving forward, meaning I'm really going to be honest with myself about what worked, what didn't work, why it worked, why it didn't work. Most of the time, something didn't work because I did not give it the energy, the focus that it needed. And we all know we can have the best mindset. We can all be positive and believe in ourselves. But if we don't have our goals written down, the plans, the action steps, and we don't schedule it, it is not going to happen. It's just not. If we have something written down, and it doesn't get done, did we address an action step? Did I say, you know what, Stephanie's going to handle this task, or so-and-so is going to handle this task? If I don't assign a person and an action to that task, and that task is not written down and planned, it's not going to happen. So that's one reason why I published a planner for this type of business. The link is in the description underneath this video. You have to assign actions. You have to write down your plans. You have to know where you want to move in order to move forward. This kind of company is different than most sewing businesses. It truly is. And if you want me to go in depth, I will completely go in depth in another video, because I don't want to jump off in a rabbit trail or digress in the point of this video. So those are just some things that I'm going to do moving forward into 2022. Let me know in the descriptions box down, in the comment area below, what do you want to do in 2022 with your sewing business? Let us know. Let me know. Be nice to each other in the comments, please. Anybody that's mean or rude or spams the comments will be deleted and blocked. But, this is supposed to be a fun environment for us. My Facebook groups are fun and educational. My YouTube should be fun and educational. We should not be afraid to share our frustrations in a nice manner. All right, guys, have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Today was December 10th, 2021. This is me, Stephanie Grams, signing out and hoping that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.